This has got to do with the hearing that is on right now, and it's a big setback for Vijay's Jana Nayagan. The Supreme Court has asked the Madras High Court Division Bench to decide the appeal by the CBFC by the 20th of January. Here, the Supreme Court has said it will not interfere in this matter. Producers have been asked to go back to the High Court. Remember, the producers had challenged the order of the Madras High Court that had stayed the release of the film. In fact, referring the matter back to the censor board on deciding on the certification. High Court to decide the matter expeditiously. The Supreme Court will not step in. The producers were hoping, of course, for relief really from the apex spot, but that really hasn't happened. Supreme Court has sent the matter back to the Madras High Court to tell our viewers a little about what happened. This has got to do with the controversy over certification of the film. The matter between the CBFC and the producers had reached the court. Madras High Court, initially an order was given in favor of actor Vijay and the film, and then it was overturned. Nalini, just another setback yet for the producers of the film. They really have to now go back to the Madras High Court. The Supreme Court has said we aren't interfering in this.
And Sneha, it seemed like this time around when they had approached the Supreme Court, the producers had tried to do everything right.
Right.
Despite filing an SLP before the court, they had not sought an urgent mentioning or an urgent hearing from the court by way of an oral mentioning, because they didn't want to create the false sense of urgency that they were accused of before the Madras High Court Division Bench. But despite that, the Supreme Court today has made it clear that the CBFC was not given a fair chance to respond before the single judge, and the body should have been given a fair chance to be heard before the plea was decided. Although the Supreme Court has also lauded the fact that the matter was decided within a matter of 3 days, and they've said that we encourage all judges to work with such alacrity that the matters are decided at such a pace. But at the same time, the Supreme Court bench headed by Justice Dipankar Datta has clearly said that they will not be interfering in this matter, that the makers of the movie should go back to the Madras High Court Chief Justice's bench, place the arguments before them, because remember, the appeal by CBFC is still pending there. It was only an interim stay that was issued on the single judge's order. The slight relief that has come in, Sneha, though, for the producers is that the Madras High Court has been directed to make sure that the appeal is decided on before the 20th of Jan, which means that it's going to be an expedited hearing. The producers will get a chance to place their arguments before the Chief Justice bench of the Madras High Court, and a decision is expected to come in before the 20th of Jan, and that was a plea that was made by the producers themselves. But at the same time, the Supreme Court not interfering in the matter at all. They've made that clear that only the High Court will hear what needs to be done regarding this entire case.
So be with us. I'm just coming back to you in a moment from now there. Anaga is getting in those details as well. It's a setback there clearly for the producers, who really have no other option but to go back to the Madras High Court. They were unhappy, Anaga, with the order of the Madras High Court, which actually had been overturned within a few hours, isn't it? First, Vijay and the makers got relief, and clearly a few hours later, their own order was overturned. So what next really for the film?
Well, in fact, this is a setback for the filmmakers of Jana Nayagan. They had knocked the doors of Supreme Court after they were unhappy with the verdict that was given by the Chief Justice of Madras High Court. Now the case has gone back to the Madras High Court. In fact, the Supreme Court has made it clear that that it will not interfere in this matter, and therefore this can be seen and interpreted as a big setback for the filmmakers of Jana Nayagan. In fact, the Madras High Court had given the next hearing date as Jan 21, but now the Supreme Court has directed the Madras High Court to take a call on this matter by January 20th. So hopefully by the end of this month, perhaps, we could get a clearer picture about Jana Nayagan's fate, whether it will find a release or is it going to get pushed by even many more weeks. It is on Jan 20th when there will be a hearing about Jana Nayagan. The hearing will be on the lines of whether censor certificate will be issued for Jana Nayagan, or if the censor panel needs even more time to make a judgment about which certificate to give for Jana Nayagan. But so far, 27 close to 27 incisions have been made in the film Jana Nayagan. And therefore, the filmmakers are saying, since we have abided by the directions given by the CBFC, we deserve to have an early release. It's unfair that our film is being withheld inordinately, is the stance taken by the filmmakers of Jana Nayagan.
Be with us, Anaga. I'm going to, in fact, take our viewers who've just joined us through all of these details. Right now, it's a setback that we are seeing from the Supreme Court for the makers of the film as far as certification for Jananayagan and a release date for Jananayagan is concerned. When Nalini, the Supreme Court, did ask the makers to go back to the Madras High Court, what did they really say? Take us to the details of what was said in court when that order was passed.
Well, Sneha, very big statements were made by KVN Productions. That's the
Yes.
production house that has produced this entire film. They went on to the extent of telling the Supreme Court, and it was senior advocate and former Attorney General Mukul Rohatgi who was representing them before the top court. But they went ahead to tell the Supreme Court that the makers have been ruined, that they have lost everything, and if the Supreme Court doesn't interfere, then there will be no hope for returning for the makers, because they were essentially seeking a Supreme Court intervention to vacate or reverse the stay that was put in place by the Chief Justice of the Madras High Court. And to convince them of that, senior advocate Mukul Rohatgi had stated that the producers have been ruined, that they've lost everything, which were big statements to make before the top court of India. But despite such emphatic and emotional arguments being made by the senior advocate, the Supreme Court bench was very clear from the very outset, from the time that the hearing began, that the matter has to be heard by the High Court. The Supreme Court cannot continue to take up every single matter and entertain it, especially when it's at an interim stage. In case the Madras High Court, in its final decision, rules against the makers and says that the CBFC is not bound to grant a certificate for the movie, then that final judgment can of course be challenged by before the Supreme Court. But to challenge every interim order and come before the Supreme Court is something that the Supreme Court will not stand for. They will not allow it, which is why the makers have been asked to go back to the Madras High Court and finish the entire case, ensure that a judgment comes from the Madras High Court, and then in case if they are aggrieved, they can come back to the Supreme Court. Another important question that was raised by the bench of the Supreme Court of Justice Deepankar Datta was that why was this January 6th letter of the CBFC chairman not challenged by the producers before the Madras High Court while filing their petition? But the response to that by senior advocate Mukul Rohatgi was that the petition was already filed before the January 6th letter had come into public domain, which means that they couldn't modify the petition and add it as an additional ground. But during the oral arguments, they had mentioned it. But at the same time, the Supreme Court, even though heard very brief arguments, they were very clear, like I said, from the outset that they're not going to interfere in the matter. And once the Madras High Court by 20th of Jan decides what the final judgment is going to be, after that the makers are of course free to come back to the Supreme Court in case the case doesn't go in their favor.
Nalini, getting in those details, the Supreme Court has said the High Court needs to decide the censor plea by the 20th of January. A setback for Jananayagan at this point in time, with the Supreme Court not willing to entertain this plea is what we know. Anaga also continues to be with us on that story as far as the refusal to interfere in this matter is concerned. Of course, politically, Anaga, we've said so much has been said, including with the Congress throwing its weight behind Vijay, the political rivals of the TVK, saying that this is in fact an infringement of their basic rights and also interfering with the freedom of creativity, talking about the aspirations of the people of Tamil Nadu. Rahul Gandhi also has thrown his weight behind the TVK actor Vijay and the filmmakers, isn't it?
Even the BJP has
Yes.
also thrown its weight behind actor Neta Vijay. In fact, yesterday Annamalai had given an open invitation for Vijay to come join his party. So therefore, there is a lot of narrative that's being set as to whether the BJP is trying to arm twist Vijay in order for him to join the NDA fold. There are a lot of calls growing louder by the NDA fold trying to pull in Vijay to their party. At the same time, we also have invitations being extended by Annamalai, also Edapadi Palaniswamy also being light with Vijay, and also very senior Congress leaders, for example, have also been making statements openly backing Vijay. Even Rahul Gandhi, Jyoti Mani, Manikam Tagore, all of them backing up Vijay politically as well as supporting his film release and targeting the union government's IND ministry for withholding the film's release. So, this can be interpreted in two ways. One, the BJP is trying to arm twist Vijay in order for him to join their party. Number two, this is another tactic so that his film gets released released, delayed way longer so that he starts getting a lot more sympathy votes that can in turn harm the DMK in terms of splitting this vote. So, this can be interpreted in two ways, and both of them are very strategic politically, given the fact that there is elections coming ahead. We need to wait and watch what the Madras High Court is going to decide, because the ball now lies in the court of the Madras High Court. It's on Jan 20th that the Supreme Court has directed the Madras High Court to take a call on this whole matter. Remember, the filmmakers of Jananayagan had pleaded in front of the Chief Justice that they have spent 500 crores into making this film. The stakes are really, really high, and therefore the film must be released ASAP and very soon, is what the filmmakers are saying.
Be with us, Anaga. In fact, once again going to take our viewers to the details of what happened. The matter has now been sent back to the Madras High Court. Nalini, just a few days ago, when the order came in favor of the filmmakers, with a single judge bench saying that this film will get a certification, there was widespread celebration with the fans looking at the release of what is possibly Vijay's last film, isn't it? So it's setback after setback for the producers. After that, they really have no other option. Are you seeing at any other timeline that the producers could be looking at, given that the court has said the matter must be heard, I think by the 20th of January is what they've essentially said?
Sneha, no doubt there have been fast-paced legal developments in this case, even before the Madras High Court and now before the Supreme Court as well. But now the matter has been remanded back to the Madras High Court. But it seems that at this stage, the makers don't seem to have any other option except for going back to the Chief Justice's bench of the Madras High Court and trying to make at least a strong case there. Because even that bench, if you remember during the course of the hearing, and even Anagha was just pointing out, prima facie didn't seem to be in favor of the producers. They'd also gone ahead and said that the producers have created some sort of false urgency in this entire matter, and it wasn't that urgent for the Madras High Court Chief Justice's bench to take up on an urgent basis. Interestingly, Sneha, though, it must be pointed out that just days after the petition was filed, or rather hours after this petition was filed, the CBFC had also filed a caveat, which means that the CBFC had told the Supreme Court that no order should be passed in this case without hearing us. But today, at the outset, the Supreme Court had made up its mind to not interfere in the matter, to the extent that the CBFC didn't even have to place any arguments before the Supreme Court. It was only an interaction between the counsel for the producers and the bench of the Supreme Court that was hearing the case. CBFC didn't have to place any arguments. CBFC didn't have to oppose the petition that was placed by the producers. The Supreme Court by themselves, without hearing the CBFC, stated that they are not going to interfere in this case. It's still at an interim stage, which means that the Madras High Court Chief Justice's bench has not taken a final decision regarding whether or not certification should be granted. The producers have not even placed their arguments on merits before the Chief Justice bench. So which is why the proceedings before the Madras High Court should be allowed to be completed first. Maybe the Madras High Court will come up with a decision in favor of the producers, in which case they won't have to come back to the Supreme Court. But I think we know that in case that happens, the CBFC is then going to approach the Supreme Court on an urgent basis against that order. So either way, we know the matter is going to land up in Supreme Court, but the Supreme Court is going to ensure that they have a benefit of the judgment of the Madras High Court already before deciding to what extent they should interfere in this row, if at all.
Absolutely. Anaga, as far as the film is concerned, of course, it misses the Pongal. It's missed the Pongal, deadline, the release that they were really hopeful for in that sense. Replete with political overtones also. That is something that many were, looking at as far as this film is concerned, isn't it? Given that it was TVK Chief's last film before he really takes that political plunge. That conversation will continue. I'm going to thank you, Anaga, getting in those details. Also, Nalini putting that into perspective.